kettle. Yeah, and I think, look, the Norwich players are telling the Brazilians not to come on. He's fine, because they don't want to be down to 10 men. And the referee is saying, well, it's quite clever refereeing, actually. The referee's got, all right, mate, if you're injured, get off. Yeah, let's have a physio session. Yeah, it needs to get up there. Situations like that. Stop rolling around. And once the free kick hasn't been given, in this situation, you've just got to get on with it, haven't you? Just get up. There'll be more time added on. Now, there's a lot of games to come later on, Mark, but at the moment, Norwich are out of the bottom three, as it stands. Now, that is, of course, huge caveats because there are more games to come this weekend, but on goal difference, they are above Portsmouth, but Portsmouth have got effectively 2 games in hand, so they play Derby away later. But there is just a little chance here that Norwich might get out of the bottom three for Christmas. 1-0 up. Long ball played forward by Preston. Fisher heads it away. There's a big screen from the goalkeeper. I think Chelsea could have left that. Off here for Preston. And it's been worked for White. Not with a shooting opportunity. Great block there. But Potts puts it back in the danger zone. McCann competing for it. Stacey's back on the pitch for Norwich, helping out defensively, and it's been scrambled away. And it is a scramble. We're in stoppage time. We've only had 2 minutes of it. There'll be more than 6, though. Here's a fire on the right-hand side, driving forward once more for Preston. They're desperately searching for an equaliser. Keen to Potts on the right-hand side. Potts steps in field. Heavy touch. Fisher makes the challenge. It's a foul. Preston have got the ball into the penalty area. They've opened up a great chance for a fire, but the referee's dragged it back to give a free kick and to book Helen Fisher. That was not a foul. I'm just going to say what amazing defending from Darling there. He's taken one clean in the face. He eventually knocked him out, I think, but what a piece of defending that was to block that shot before. Norwich brilliant. They're not there yet. They've got more defending to do, but you couldn't ask for much more, could you? That was brilliant defending, yeah. The rear-guard action here. Literally got Mitre stamped all over his face. Well, the Preston fans feel that the referee could have made play on there because it wasn't a foul. Well, it wasn't a foul, but also Obaluga a foul. It wasn't in the penalty area, and there was just an opportunity, and the whistle went.
Hey, Jonah.
He's picked up Jack Stacey here, and Stacey's going to clear it away up the field. He's going to hammer it as far as he can, and the ball fades out of play for a throw in. 3 minutes of stoppage time gone. 6 were signalled. Preston throw in. They're trying to take it from about 20 yards further up the pitch where the ball went out. Throw in taken. It's with Preston on the left-hand side. Norwich, remember, haven't had a clean sheet since August. They've only had 1 all season. Long ball from Preston, searching, testing the Norwich defence. They've got to it the first time, but it's fallen from McCann on the left-hand side. Works out towards Hughes on the left. His cross. Marcondes clears it away. Norwich need to try and find a way of keeping this away from their box. Whiteman puts it back in the danger zone. Goalkeeper comes and claims it and dives on the ball like he's scoring a try. And that means Norwich are 2 minutes plus stoppage time on top of stoppage time away from 3 valuable points here that would, for the moment, take them out of the relegation zone. Yeah, again, great defending because they just didn't back off into the box. They actually pushed up. And now the goalkeeper's blasted the ball forward and McCarver's onto it, but the defenders have recovered and got it back. Yeah, they pushed up there, and then when the ball went back into the box, the keeper had room to keep playing it. So, yeah, great defending again. Header from Stacey. Brilliant header. It's going to fall for Tony's. Bring it. Take it forward. There's 90 seconds. Stoppage time to go. Norwich are 1-0 up. What is Springett going to do with it? He has taken it high up the pitch. Has help from Marcondes. Keep it in play as it goes. Perhaps a couple of minutes to go. 0-1. Norwich leads. The Norwich fans over to our left-hand side are up on their feet. They're shuffling awkwardly, not just too forward. Nerves of watching your team try to see out what will be a huge, huge away win. McCarver comes to life. He's out on his heels here. Is McCarver. He's really
hello, everybody.
pulled up. He's out of the game effectively.
I'm just having something to eat, so I can't talk in a minute.
Marcondes. Fisher gives it to him. Marcondes takes it to the guy. He's Matson by the byline. He will now take it towards the corner flag. Norwich are trying to see this game out expertly in front of their supporters. Matson tried to play it against the Preston player. He did, but it stayed in play. The Fire dribbles it away from the edge of his penalty area. Dribbles it up the pitch for all he's worth. Hits a terrific run up towards the halfway line. Brockguy now takes it on the right-hand side. Left foot. Plays it towards the Norwich penalty area. Norwich a little bit short defensively here. McCann has got the ball in the Preston penalty area. Richards towards the far post. There's a flying header and then a close-range header. And it's going to go over the line. And Will Keane has scrambled. An equaliser for Preston right at the end. In the 6th really is. I mean, it was a bit of a nothing goal as well, really. No quality. It just kind of lumped into the box and a couple of headers bouncing around the box, and it wasn't even a powerful header, really. It somehow crept into the far corner and devastating, really.
It'd be interesting to watch that back because Norwich, 30 seconds ago, had the ball by the Preston corner flag. Matson was up there, everybody was up there. And actually, when the ball went up the other end of the pitch, there didn't seem to be enough players back for Norwich.
No, they seem to be short of the back, but even so, it's not a great goal to concede.
And that puts Norwich back in the bottom three. It's really cruel. 1-1. Norwich still without a clean sheet since August. McLean sends the ball forward towards Fisher, who's now playing on the left-hand side. And that's how close Norwich were. The full-time whistle's just gone. Norwich were seconds away from winning that. They were seconds away from taking themselves out of the bottom three. But they just couldn't hold on. Substitute Wilkie knocks in from close range. And that feels like a defeat for Norwich City. It really does. But it's not. They came so close to winning it. Joe McCarver powering in his 7th goal of the season with 5 minutes to go. After a lot of hard work, it looked like that was going to be enough to win a really scrappy game of football for Norwich City. But it wasn't. Preston, really the last attack of the game, they launched it forward. Norwich just seemed a little short. They seemed to have been caught with too many men up the pitch. And it was headed forward by Potts into the penalty area. He won the first header. Keane crucially won the second from close range. There was a despairing attempt from Kovacic to keep it out. He couldn't get there. It bobbled over the line, no more than that. And it's finished 1-1. And it's strange, Mark Rivers, because I think coming here today against the team that's third in the table, most Norwich fans, even those that were talking before the game, were saying, I'd take a point here. But in the circumstances, it's actually a real blow, isn't it, that Norwich haven't won that game?
Yeah, it is. It's a real shame because they got themselves in a great position. And, 1 minute to go, they're up the other end of the field, and things look as though they're totally in control, really. And Preston have not really created much. They've been decent, but they've not been threatening. And, it wasn't even a great goal to concede. It was a bit of a nothing kind of fluky goal almost, really. Just bounced around the box, and the lad just managed to get his head on it and head it into the goal. So, yeah, I feel a bit sad for him, to be honest, because they've really fought hard, got themselves in a great position, and it's just kind of the bounce of the ball's gone against them today, really. I think that's the way you can sum it up.
Yeah, they
Not really anyone's fault, but
they defended so well for so long.
Defended great. That's the one thing I'd take away from this game. They look fantastic defending it. So to lose it like that, it's a real shame.
Third in the table. Norwich are in the relegation zone. But I can tell you, the Norwich fans who've made this long trip, many of whom got up at the time to catch the buses at 5:30 this morning, are all up and celebrating a point, really. They're applauding their team, who are in turn applauding back. But that was so close to being a full 3 points for Norwich City. Briefly, they were out of the relegation zone. They're back in it now because they just couldn't hold on. Virtually the last kick of the game, denying Norwich a victory. Let's finish at Deepdale. Preston North End 1, Norwich City 1. Thank you very much, Chris Dorham and Mark Rivers. Rivo's going to stick around for your Canary call. A lot of people really looking forward to him being back on the wireless. Get in touch with him now. Have a chat. 0800 389 7321. Get your calls through to Rob Butler and Mark Rivers about how Norwich City were, seconds away from getting out of the bottom three. We were looking forward to it. They were going to be outside the bottom three, and then all eyes would have been on Portsmouth and Oxford to see if they could stay there for the rest of the afternoon. But as Chris said, going into today, most people would have taken a point at Preston, who are third, remember, in the division. But the way that they have not been able to hold on to those 3 points. They did it so well against Southampton a week ago, weren't able to do it today. Give us your thoughts, 0800 389 7321. Off the Canary call in just a few moments' time. Quickly whiz through what else has happened. Blackburn, they've certainly picked up towards the bottom of the division. A 2-0 win over Millwall this afternoon, both those goals coming in the first half. And Southampton managed to equalise against top-of-the-table Coventry. One apiece, that one. Coventry had a man sent off for just a few minutes into the second half. And one game in the Premier League, this was a bit of a turnaround as well. You'll remember Newcastle United were 2-0 up against Chelsea. Well, it's finished Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. As far as Norwich are concerned, though, a point on the road, but it could have been so much more. This one finished Norwich City with a point as they drew one apiece away from home in the Marcondes on the edge of the box, fed through to McCarmer. Can he turn it through? What a finish! What a finish from Jordan McCarmer! He knew what he wanted to do. He spun and he blasted the ball into the back of the net. And with just over 5 minutes to go, Norwich have the breakthrough. The shirt has come off in the celebrations for Jordan McCarmer. It'll feel like it's worth the yellow card though, and it's Preston 0, Norwich 1, right in front of those Norwich fans. Opiate for Preston, and it's been worked for White with a shooting opportunity. Great block there. McCann has got the ball into the Preston penalty area. Vukovic stands it up towards the far post. There's a flying header, and then a close range header, and it's been driven over the line. And Will Keane has scrambled an equaliser for Preston right at the end. And that's how close Norwich were. The full-time whistle's just gone. Norwich were seconds away from winning that. They were seconds away from taking themselves out of the bottom three, but they just couldn't hold on.
Canary Call, BBC Radio Norfolk.
And it's a warm welcome to Deepdale. It finished Preston 1, Norwich City 1. This is your Canary Call with me, Rob Butler, and great to have this man with me, Mark Rivers. Big smile from him if you're watching on the live stream. You can, of course, listen in the traditional way on the radio. We are also on the BBC Sport website and on the BBC News Norfolk website. So just head there and there'll be a link straight to watch myself and Mark Rivers take you through Canary Call. We're here for the next 25 minutes and then we're going to head to Roxham for live commentary of their game against Cambridge City. Let's crack on though. Let's get straight to it. Peter, you're first. You're over in Martham. What were you thinking of that? I mean, it's an absolute killer for Norwich there at the end, Peter.
It is, hi chaps. I don't know what your guys' opinion is on this, but I was just thinking about McCarmer, and I was trying to think about who he reminds me of, and I think it's Grant Holt when he first turned up at Norwich when we were in League One. That's high praise, I know, but he could be some hell of a player for us. He has got the attributes to be there. But as far as the game goes, what was 39 seconds left on the clock? We have the ball in their corner, and it managed to get it up in the other end, but. Like I said last night on Yellow Friday, I think we could possibly a point for the hand off for it. And unfortunately, it does feels like a loss because it was so late on. But I think it was a really battling performance. I think it was really good. I think there's a lot more positives that we can do as we have done on every game so far under Simon.
Good summary there, Peter. You like that. Never switched on, but you really like the look of Joe McCarthy.
Hey, Kirby. She did get a new toy. She got 2 for Christmas. And it's also her birthday today as well. She's a year old.
£7-8 million on a number 10. That's brilliant. So yeah, I've got nothing but positives in them. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens.
Rivo, it's been a revelation for Norwich. They love him, the fans, because he's no nonsense. He's really honest.
Yeah, thank you, Kirby.
Any manager, they're honest.
Woof woof.
He sends it out to make it easy for fans to understand.
how good our game management was against Southampton at Carrow Road last week. Just not being able to finish off that game and keeping the ball in the corner. I hate to sound a little bit petty by pointing out things like this, but I felt Marconde just the way that the Preston player just ran past him, and Marconde just gave up. He'd only been on the pitch like 25 minutes. There was no attempt to win the ball back. I thought McConville could have done a lot better in their equaliser. A lot better. The ball went into the
If it sounds fucking right, it sounds out of tune to me.
At least today, actually, there was a control to our game. I know there weren't many chances for either side, but there's a balance to it. There's an assuredness that there wasn't previously. And you know, in every game.
I'm listening to myself fucking in my ears, God's sake. sit and watch Elsa for a bit.
This team that we're playing against, and they're the positions that you want to be in as a football club.
No,
Where you're coming away,
come on,
where you're playing at home.
off,
you think
off.
we're going to win today.
Good girl.
There's no doubt.
Eat toy.
Such and such is going to score, and
Toy.
we don't expect to lose. And I kind of feel a bit gutted that all you Norwich fans are feeling so down on the team at the minute. I get it because they're down the bottom, but you know it's kind of sad to hear it, really.
And it has been a tough season, really, hasn't it, Sarah? I think it's fair to say, you know, we're not, you know, it's only a short spell that Norwich have been poor, and didn't have a great season last season, but it's been quite hard for Norwich fans.
Yeah, and as I say, I am confident that we are getting better with every game, so I am confident that, you know, we are going to get more confident in ourselves as fans when we support, and the players are going to feed off that, and I am just so confident that we are on the way back up, you know, back to normal times, so to speak.
That's nice to hear. Yeah. And I think it's nice. You know, I've got such fond memories of being around Norwich and that. I had such a great time living over there. It's a lovely city, full of beautiful people and that. And they deserve to have a decent footy team to follow because, you know, all the effort that goes in to following them, you know, 5.5 hours to get here to Preston and stuff, it's like, it's amazing really. So, you know, fingers crossed. I hope this is a turn of the corner, and that's how I'm looking at it. You know, I haven't watched a lot of the games, but I've been following the results, and I hope this is a corner turn, and it's good times back to Norwich again, eh?
Safe trip home, Sarah. Let's go to Liam now. Liam, you've been at the game. Gutted, happy. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's a shame really. I mean, obviously in that away and then the palm it was crazy to see everyone was going crazy because our 10-hour round journey has just been ticked off there, but right at the death, yeah, gut-wrenching, but it reminds me a lot of Blackburn away last season when we nicked it then and then bottled it at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to say it, because we said, Liam, when we spoke before the game, that you'd have taken a point. But football's a funny game, isn't it? You know, in the context of the game, you're gutted that we haven't got the point. It almost feels a bit deep.
Yeah, it does. Start of the game, yeah, definitely would have taken the point high under the table, but when it comes to full time and you've been winning the game right near the end, it's really, really frustrating because the win would have been absolutely massive in the relegation battle today, but I think with performances like that, we'll definitely get out of this with pushing from, I think, yeah, the positive signs.
Aside from the obvious one in Joe McCarthy, who else stood out for you today, Liam, from a Norwich point of view on the pitch?
Oh, I think LA Maxson was unreal today in the midfield. He was quality, winning the ball back, and he has been for the past few games. He's definitely improved in confidence, and you can see it on the pitch.
Who's that? Goosey.
Winning the ball back, and
Goosey.
he's been a brilliant asset since he came under Clement's wing, and yeah, he's been unreal today again.
Thanks, Liam. Have a great, safe journey home. We spoke to you before the game about, and I'll get your take on Matson in a minute, Rivo. What tunes are you having on the way home? Dad had a bit of Eric Clapton on the way. What are you going for? Your sort of music?
Yeah, I don't know if it's on the line, but I don't know if it'll be too positive, but you know what? We'll have a nice safe trip back. I mean, we enjoyed our time in Preston, the people really nice, and it's just a shame that we lost it. We drew it by at the end, but we saw a goal, we didn't see a 0-0. We thought at one point we came all this way for a 0-0.
Well, I'll tell you, I've got another suggestion. Put BBC Sound on, you can listen to Wroxham against Cambridge City. You like your grassroots football, local football, don't you?
Yeah, that's a bit of us, that is.
That's a bit of you. Get that on with Nick Bowler. That'll be a cracking afternoon. Lovely stuff. Happy birthday to Sue, our next caller. Happy birthday, Sue. Go on, Rivo. Wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sue.
What are you saying?
Thanks very much. Thanks, Rob. You might remember me from Beckles.
Yes. Hello, Sue. Lovely to see you. Beautiful Beckles, yes.
Cool. I didn't live far from there.
No, Rivo's even near
Modern.
Beckles. Modern, lovely, yeah.
We're in Norwich
It's
now.
confused with London.
We're in Norwich now, very, very close to the stadium, and we're loving it.
What do you think today then, Sue?
Well, we're at home listening to Radio Norfolk, of course, and we, you know, obviously my birthday, a win would have been fantastic and absolutely made it, but to be honest, I think that, you know, a draw is really good as well. You know, we can see and feel that they're just rising out of the the poor position they were in, and it's under the the new management. The new Clermont has been excellent. I feel like he's got their mojo back. They're playing as a team. We love listening to him and talking about what his plans are and how he looks at individual players to get the best out of them. I'm not at all depressed that I've forgotten the past. I'm a very optimistic person, and we're going onwards and upwards.
I was telling, while we were getting our cup of tea at half time, River, I was telling you about just how poor it was. I know you've not been watching Norwich, but you know that the 8 games at home, Norwich lost everyone. We were in the depths, I tell you. And it's completely different now.
Yeah, it's depressing when you're losing every week, isn't it? And it's not nice to be around, but we can see a change, can't we? We certainly can. And listening to his interviews, I actually enjoyed listening to him speak. I used to love listening to Daniel Farker speak. He was very positive and a very good talker. But this guy seems equally as good, where he's talking about getting to know people as an actual person rather than just as an athlete. I quite like the way he was talking. So hopefully things are going to turn a corner and we're going to get climbing that table. This what I've seen today is not a relegation team at all. Nowhere near.
No, that's it. Let me just get your take on, and thanks, Sue. Before you go, what are you doing tonight? Are you going out on the razzle for your birthday, or are you having a nice quiet night in with Christmas coming up? Hello, Sue.
So
you still there?
we're having a bit of a party with some friends that I work with and some volunteers that I work with.
Brilliant.
We're going to have a good time tonight, but I'm really, really chuffed with the way they're playing, and onwards and upwards on the ball.
Gussie.
Nice one. Lovely, Sue. Have a great birthday.
Have a lovely birthday, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to get your take on Maatsen as well, because I know you annoyed him when they were waxing their
Yeah, I liked him, yeah. Yeah, really good. I like the way he's proper busy, his knee gets in the way, makes a proper nuisance of himself. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Really caught the eye.
Seems to be in the right place at the right time.
People are comparing him a little bit to kind of a cross between Gary Holt and maybe, dare I say, Gossie, that kind of busy midfielder that never gives up.
He was the guy that had a loan from Tottenham a few years back. Yeah, remind me of him.
Yeah, well, that's big talk. Yeah, we love that.
Reminded me of him.
Well, there you go. Got it there from Ribbo. Let's go to Tony as well for our final call before we go to our local football. What are you saying, Tony?
Yeah, I have to say that was a good finish from Makama, but I will say that pitch looked very, very bad. And if I'm not the best at playing the tournament because the pitch made it slow. If you look at how the ball was running, it looked quite slow. That's why we were hitting quite a bit.
You say that yourself. Lots of people have said it, so I'm not disagreeing, but does it look that bad to you? A little bit cut up.
It looks bad compared to the pitches that you see nowadays, but this would have been a decent pitch when I played. I know that was a few years ago, but yeah, Preston back in the day was awful. It was literally mud. So yeah, I get your point. They even watered it before again. You see that?
It's going to make it more muddy. But all in all, Tony, you're happy with the point? Would you took that, Tony?
Yes, definitely, because they were third in the division. I am more confident with Philip Clement. Why I say that is we looked more organised. Maatsen under Manning, he looks quite weak, but under Philip Clement, he looks completely different signing. If you know what I mean, he looks really organised. He's good on the ball. He knows where to pass the ball. So I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah, great stuff, Tony. Thank you so much for that. Just rounding off our canary callers there. We will later on in the programme hear from Tony Springett, who's a really interesting interview Chris Gordon tells us. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, obviously, we'll hear from Philip Clement as well. So that is it for Canary Call for now, but don't go anywhere. We're here until 6 o'clock. Phil Daly will take you through the rest of the afternoon. And before that, we will head to the Broads and Wroxham. It's Wroxham against Cambridge City in the Eastern North. Full match commentary coming back, so get under the duvet, get the fire on, put the kettle on, and enjoy some local football. Nick Bowler.
Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to the Ginger Pickle Arena on a rather chilly afternoon, but a very bright, perfect conditions, you would think, for football. A bit of a slickness to the pitch. There's a dew that you can see where all the players have been warming up
form. Last 5 games, they won 3, drawn 1, lost 1, and but they're up against the Cambridge City side who have been transformed since Nicholas Spillane took over as manager. Jamie Puritan got the axe, and they've had, in league games, they've won 7, drawn 3, and lost none since he took over. They also had a win in the Cambridgeshire Cup as well, so undefeated in 11 of all games.
Not a bad track record at all, and assisted by Danny Crowe, who of course was standing, should I say, where he is now, but in the other dugout, because of course he was assistant with Geordie Southgate and was really instrumental in helping them avoid relegation. So we are underway here at the Ginger Pickle Arena, and it's lofted forward by Jordan King for the Oxford. I'll go through the lineups when we get the opportunity. Cambridge City playing in, it's a bit like Coventry City, the sky blue kit. It's got white backs, and then it's lofted forward by Brian King for Cambridge City. Tom Coombe comes out of his area for Wroxham, left-footed clearance, which sails out for the first throw-in of the afternoon. So Wroxham in goal, Tom Coombe, Charlie Norman, Travis Dodsworth, Jordan King, Ryan John, James Everett, Aidan Gigi, Sean Taylor, James Moore, Sam Johnson and Joe Hendon. Will be the starting 11 for Cambridge City in just a while. And the ball has been pumped back into their half. So it goes to keeper James Philp. You've got Gianni Ashley, Alfie Mason, Sam Coombs, Jaden Randall, Aliu and G, Alex Harmon, George Smith, Brian King, Sean Mavadidi and Solomon Afori. On the bench for the Oxford, Molly Delgado, Ryan Gray, Jordan Forbes, Harry Sparrow and Lennon Thompson. And for Cambridge City, Michele Cipriani, Philip Mendy, Adenisi Usman and Quentin Castro, who's will be a name familiar to a lot of Norfolk local football followers. Had a short stint at West Brom, but he was a pro footballer.
Yeah, well, until perhaps recently, his brother Walter Rocker was much travelled and he had a spell at Kings Lynn. He was probably the better known one of the two, but then Quevin, he got a contract at West Brom, played a few games for them, and also Burton Albion on loan, I think, and Notts County as well. And now he's here on the bench at Cambridge City.
Well, Wroxham fourth in the table. It's been terrific.
Can you see yourself, Tox?
It's continued that way. They've stayed in the mix.
Can you see yourself, Tox?
Cambridge City looking over their shoulders at the assistant on this side where we're providing the commentary for BBC Radio Norfolk, but James Moore, obviously timing is run well. He's got a throw in out of all this. It's a Wroxham throw left-hand side just in front of the clubhouse. Reasonable turnout this afternoon. I thought there might have been a few more with Norwich obviously kicking off early. It's reasonably healthy as we await this long throw from Travis Dodsworth on the left, and it's high out of the way outside of the area, played immediately back by Sean Taylor. It's a decent looking delivery as well to Charlie Norman. Has some help, gets the ball back, does he? No, he's not. That's a lazy ball, but it's collected by Sean Taylor, who immediately plays it back out to the Wroxham left. Now in towards the middle, and Joe Henman, who's dual reg, isn't he, with Faking in his hand, but one to watch.
Yeah,
very much so.
Getting plenty of football at the moment. I saw him play for Fakenham the other night.
Plenty of football, and very highly regarded. Here's Aiton McGeechy now, just tries to get a short pass through, but mocked up by Harmon for Cambridge City, who are then able to build courtesy of a pass between their centre-backs, played out to the right, and then a challenge, unfair challenge, gives Cambridge City a free kick. Gianni Ashley it was who was fouled there. 0-0 it is, very early doors here. City a big tail, but yes, transformed totally. Like City is a get Jason Adiki and Jaden Randall going up to the ball. Randall gets the better of it because he gets the decision out of the assistant, and it's a throw in to City. Yeah, it's a little bit like the old Arsenal shirt, isn't it? The way that the pattern is on the Cambridge City shirts.
Sort of mottled front to.
Yeah, it looks a bit messy, shall we say.
Yeah, another negative point. The numbers on the back are virtually unreadable from the distance.
Yeah, never make our lives easy, do they? But it's played out to Alfie Mason, who has got 3 on the back. We can see that for Cambridge City. Stocky left back who plays a quick ball forward, then plays a ball into the Wroxham penalty area. Jordan King clears, but it's switched back left again by City, who got behind the Wroxham defence edge of the area. But then it's run out of play by Solomon Afori. He tried to be a little bit too tricky there, a bit too clever maybe. Did have released the ball first up. He might have got a cross in, but that goes out for a Wroxham goal kick, which of course Tom Coombe will take.
Just to add a bit more context to the appointment of Mickey Spillane of Walton Point, the previous incumbent, Jamie Curitan. Before Spillane came in, they'd only won 2 league games. And he's now got that number. Well, he's now added 7 to that total.
He just can't get in between Alfie Mason and Sam Coombs for Cambridge City. McGee thought he was just held back as he tried to go for the loose ball. The referee waving those appeals away. Yeah, one canary out, one in. And Jeremy Croughton, I remember speaking to him here last season. He was thoroughly enjoying himself at Cambridge City, but it's turned a little bit sour for him.
Yeah, so I don't think he really ever hung his boots up properly, but he's got his boots out and he's been playing again and chipping in with a few more goals to add to his already impressive tally. And
in fact, he scored against Dunsandel and Helston Rovers to get the record. Scoring in every tier.
Up to top 7 division.
Incredible, 40, whatever it is. Was he 42? Something like that.
I think he's more than that.
Still 0-0 here at the Ginger Pickle Arena. Wroxham against Cambridge City. And History North here on BBC Radio North at 7 minutes played. No chance for either side as yet. Asa McGeechy, who's the top scorer for the Oxford. You can see he's just waiting to pounce, isn't he? He's like a springboard ready to go.
Yeah, big threat on the counter-attack in particular.
James Everett's throw towards James Moore. Leaks, but Travis Dodsworth does really well to skip a challenge, and he's not going to win a corner because Ashley manages to clear at the second attempt. And then a good flick on by Cambridge City, but well met by James Everett. And Wroxham working hard and winning possession back down that left-hand line for Asa McGee, who's gone wide to get this. He plays it back to Dodsworth, brings it under control. Can he get a decent ball in from his left? He can. Not bad at all, but headed away on the edge of the area. It's going to fall nicely though for Taylor. If he fancies a shot, he just instead plays it out to that left again to Dodsworth. Is it going to fall for Wroxham? No, it's not. Cambridge City able to clear out of their area. Now Everett's got to be careful here because he's got a pacey man up against him. But he does well, does Everett, just to stand him up. But it's still with Cambridge City. Right-hand side, low ball into the Wroxham penalty area. Comes off the right shin of Jordan King and ends up at the feet of Afori. Does he fancy his chances of a shot? No, he doesn't. But an intelligent ball back out to the left to Alfie Mason. And that's swung to the far post. Tom Coombe goes up, challenged. The referee allows play to continue. Managed to get one fist on it at least. And Wroxham bringing it out through Joe Henman, who's got a throw in for the Oxford.
Not sure how he got the throw in, but
Or is it a free kick?
I think he's given a throw in, but the linesman is a lot closer than we are, so he's got it right.
Just signs of what Cambridge City can do there. It's got a pacey attack. And a quick switch to the right to left, which Wroxham will be aware of, I'm sure. Charlie Norman being put under pressure, but he manages to get his body in between Solomon Afori and continues his run into the Cambridge City half now, right-hand side for Wroxham. Good run from Charlie Norman, gets some help through Sam Johnson. Not the best of passes from him, easily cut out by City. We then drift one forwards, George Smith. He's got 8 goals to his name, but he's having to come wide left at the moment to get in on the action for Fori. Cambridge City seeing quite a bit more of the ball in the last few minutes. Now it's with their skipper, Jaden Randall. Goes into a middle position. Feeds it back out to this left, and Mason. He looks up, drills one very, very low. Played into the Wroxham penalty area again. Suspicions of handball and appeals from Cambridge City that it popped up and hit Jordan King on the arm. One of those, was it handball or wasn't it handball? Just popped up.
Well, I thought if it was, if it did hit Jordan King's hand, it's probably only because he got sort of a nudge in the back of George Smith.
The referee Jessup took into consideration as the ball played back into the Wroxham half from Jordan Elliott. Gets it into the middle and Joe Henman. Now he's got time just to play another pass out to this right-hand side of Charlie Norman. He's got a little bit of space until Fori now puts him under some pressure. Can he get beyond him? No, he can't, because the outstretched right foot of Fori puts out for a Wroxham throw. Nevertheless, they gained a number of yards and pinning Cambridge City back.
Yes, didn't think Charlie Norman ever looked like getting past Fori on that occasion. It seemed very obvious that he was desperate to get down the outside of Fori.
It's Norman who will take the throw from the right-hand side for Wroxham. Only about 6 yards away from the corner flag. And he's got a corner. James Moore just coming to get on the end of it. Challenged by Mason. Mason gets the final touch, and that'll be a corner opportunity which Sam Johnson will take for the Oxford.
Joy.
Got a few Cambridge City fans just to our left, so the goal that they are attacking in this first half. Black and white, large flags draped over the fencing to our left. But it's our attention is to the right, where Sam Johnson gets it. And in swing, a dangerous one, really well headed away on that occasion by Randall for Cambridge City. But it's with Travis Dodsworth, tries his luck. It's a rising effort, but never at wide. It wasn't on target because it took a slight deflection off Alfie Mason, although that was going off target anyway.
Yeah, Alfie Mason done well there. Got out of the box quickly to shut Travis Dodsworth down. Just get a little deflection on it.
Always like watching Travis Dodsworth. He's always a 7, a minimum 7 out of 10, isn't he, for a team?
Yeah, you know what he's going to get. And he's chipped in 3 goals this year as well.
He certainly has. Wroxham will certainly be hoping he could be added to his tally, but he won't do on this occasion because he's outside of the area. But the keeper, James Philp, had to claw the corner away from under his bark, but Travis Dodsworth now has possession, plays it to the edge of the area. Good header, which is just wide. Goal kick for Cambridge City. Really good leap from Jordan King, not far off at all.
Yeah, Travis Dodsworth controlling the edge of the box when the corner was taken and sort of popped up sort of right-hand side of the box, dinked the ball in. Jordan King's header just drifting wide at that right-hand post.
Last game out for the Oxford was a 2-0 defeat at Felix Hill Malton United. I was speaking to Jordan Southgate earlier, and he was more than happy with his team's performance. It was just a penalty and then a further late goal, but he's happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, when I saw the timing of the goals, I assume it's been a pretty tight affair.
Another dealing for Cambridge City. He's been dispossessed, but the long ball forward by Wroxham, chested down by Unji. He in turn finds George Smith, who's got it out to the Cambridge City right, but Jordan Everett doing exactly what he should do, and he thumped it out the area. It's gone over the fencing, and you can just see it on the embankment of the railway line.
Yeah, best of luck getting that one back. I guess they do at some point in time, but I don't think it's quite as easy as it used to be, apparently.
There's actually somebody in one of the gardens over there as well. Maybe he's seen it and he's prowling early Christmas present for somebody. Throw in, Cambridge City right. Standing virtually next to the assistant referee on that far side, the City right. But really well watched by Travis Dodsworth, who gets in there and plays it back into the Cambridge City half. Equally good play by Randall, who saw the run of Asa McGeechy. All pumped into the Wroxham area, but with nobody around him. Tom Coo, the number 1 for the Oxford, has plenty of time just to allow it to bounce in front of him and take it to the edge of his area. So it's not cagey, it's just not too much action goal-wise staying at the moment. But both sides will be reasonably content.
Yeah, even start. There's been a little bit of action around both boxes. doesn't really force the keeper into a save.
Everett header away once more. After the long ball forward by Unji. Ball number 6 for Cambridge City, and they have made, well, they continue to make additions, don't they? There's been a couple of arrivals in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I guess perhaps there's the budget, the purse strings may have been loosened a little bit to help Mickey's play.
Well, they are ambitious. I mean, they've moved into a new ground, of course, Cambridge City. They are looking to continue their progression, and have got probably larger budgets than quite a few teams in that division. Perhaps not as much as Malden and Tiptree, as we know. They're bankrolled quite heavily.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of dates they should get these days, but they're certainly a very well supported team. A few years, well, I say a few years ago, probably a bit more than a few years ago. 10, 15 years ago, perhaps and more.
That ball's gone over to Northern King. Roxon's got to be careful here, and Sam Johnson was careful. He just nudged header back to Tom Coombe, who had to be equally alert as well. Sam Johnson just protecting that back line a little bit.
Yeah, Joe Henman seems to be further up the pitch than the rest of the Wroxham midfield.
Ball's a little bit like a hot potato at the moment. Neither side really able to bring it under control too much, but conditions might dictate that to a degree.
Yeah, I mean it's not like sloppy, maybe, is it? But you can tell that sudden changes of direction are going to be quite difficult to achieve at times. It's probably best not to be too clever around your own box.
17 minutes gone, it's still goalless. You will hear some drums occasionally. The Blue Wave, the Wroxham fans behind the goal that they are attacking to our right, and singing as well. And then I think at night time as well is when, if you get an evening game here and you get the drums, it just adds to that atmosphere, doesn't it?
Yeah, in fact, the sort of tree lined on two sides, it sort of just helps keep the sort of helps with the atmosphere, I always think.
Alfie Mason operating on the Cambridge City left. Sam Johnson just lets the ball go beyond him. I think he assumed that Tom Coombe was more out to the edge of his area than he was. So a little bit of a flutter. But Tom Coombe eventually does clear straight down the middle of the pitch. But unfortunately for Wroxham, it's straight to the right foot of Unji. He then plays the ball out to his right, and Ashley just up to the halfway line. Everett just helps it back upfield. Well-timed header away by Jaden Randall, the Cambridge City skipper. Johnson forward, and it's helped back upfield. Good cushion header back down by Charlie Norman there, and then a short pass inside to Taylor as Wroxham keep possession inside their own half. Now Johnson on this right, looking for the run of Asa McGeechy. McGeechy says thank you very much, gets on the end of it. Goes up against Asa, who really sticks to his defensive guns well, but then misplaces the pass, and so to Wroxham as well. There's Taylor in possession for the Oxford. He's challenged though on the forward, and takes it forward a few yards. Wroxham able to mop up once more, and Johnson a bit deeper than he probably normally plays, isn't he, Sam Johnson? McGeechy under pressure and concedes possession, allowing George Smith to forward to a forward left, and it's the edge of the area. George Smith gets right underneath the shot, sends it sailing over the bar by at least 12 feet, I would imagine. It was just a little bit sloppy there from Wroxham, just conceding possession.
Yeah, Cambridge United striker didn't really ever look balanced, and he took the shot on, and he always looked as though he's going to struggle to get it on target.
Thank you everyone for coming to say hello, and wishing Nelson a happy birthday. See you again very soon. Thank you.
Coming up to 20 minutes gone.